Hi boys and girls, so today I'm going to read you a story. It's called The City Mouse and the Country Mouse. But before, I have a little question for you. It says, have you ever wished you had something that a friend has? Or have you ever thought that a friend was luckier than you? We all probably have felt that way at one time. Today's story is a fable, that means it's made up, about a mouse who lived in the country who found out that her cousin, the city mouse, wasn't as lucky as she had thought. All right, let's look at picture number 1. There was once a happy little country mouse who lived in a big wheat field. In the summer, she feasted on grains of wheat or bits of bread from the farmer's lunch boxes. When the weather grew cold, she moved into the farmhouse and picked up bits of cake and bread and cheese that had dropped on the floor. These she stored away in her mouse hole in the attic until she had a good supply for the winter. Picture number 2. Now one day during the winter, the little country mouse's cousin, the city mouse, came to visit her. When they had chatted for a while, the little country mouse took her visitor to see her attic pantry. Proudly, she showed her the mound of cheese bits, the heaps of bread and cake crumbs, and the neat pile of nuts and dried peas. But after the city mouse had eaten a hearty dinner, she wiped her whiskers daintily and said, "You poor thing, so this is the way you live? On leftovers straight up in the attic? Come with me to the city, and I will show you a real feast." The country mouse immediately felt rather ashamed of her simple home, so she agreed to go to the city with the city mouse. Picture number 3. The city mouse led the way into a huge brick house and up a great staircase to a dining room. The rich people who lived in the big house with the city mouse were inside having dinner, so the two little mice hid behind the door. "Keep very still," said the little mouse, the city mouse. "When they leave the table, we can have all the food that is left." The little country mouse's eyes grew big and round at that, for she had never seen so much food in her whole busy life. So she sat very still until, with the scuffling of feet and scraping of chairs, the people left the table. Picture number 4. "Come on," squeaked the city mouse, peeking cautiously to the right and to the left. She led the way across the room, up onto the chair, and from the chair onto the table, with the country mouse scampering along behind her. The country mouse took a long look around her at the table, still crowded with good things to eat, and sighed a deep, happy sigh. Picture 5. "This is wonderful," she said, taking a big bite out of beautiful cheese. "You just live like a prince." She had scarcely finished squeaking when, with a snarl, a cat pounced up on the table. After her came the cook, shouting and waving a big spoon. Then into the big room bounded 2 dogs, barking fiercely. There was a terrible fight, and in the midst of all the confusion, the 2 mice skittered onto the floor and dodged into a handy hole. "We'll wait until it's all quiet again and go back for some more," whispered the city mouse. But her country cousin shook her head firmly. "We'll wait until it is quiet again, and then I'll go home as fast as I can. You're welcome to find all the food you can get, my friend. As for me, I prefer my dry crust in my peaceful attic." All right, let's turn the page for the questions. All right, let's look at the first row of pictures up here where the ball is. It says, Which mouse is the country mouse? So look at both the mice and circle the picture of the country mouse. Now find the row with the apple in it. Where did the city mouse live? Draw a circle around the picture that shows where the city mouse lived. Now, next row. What kind of dinner did the two mice eat while they were in the city? Circle the picture that shows the dinner the two mice ate while they were in the city. Now let's look at the row with the rabbit in it. Okay. Who interrupted the wonderful supper that the mice had in the city? Circle the picture that shows who interrupted the mice's supper. And the last row, right here. Where did the country mouse say she would rather eat from now on? Circle the picture that shows where the country mouse would rather eat. And then when you're done with this page, take a picture of it and send it to me. Good job, boys and girls.